I think this draft, Elk, is very telling of where the series is at. Just because, I mean, this is a world where it's going to be about priority. And that's why the Annie is being slammed. That's why the Nico's being slammed. But you feel like this is on pace, a little bit bigger than what you would expect in the bot lane for this point?
Ooh,
Shadow.
mid?
He's not sick.
Doesn't have the Glacial
Alistar's
Prison.
here.
Timber's out, stun comes across, Cream gonna flash out, tries to follow, can they get the Sejuani stun in? Yes, with the perfect execution! Down falls Cream, first blood to Shadow and Bilibili.
Where they might be able to open up an angle here and keep Knight on the map to try and play defense, but they just use some
On,
ults.
Snap engage, they tether the Deadly Flourish stun as well, but Kami gets a big heal, gets back out, and On has to pay the price with his life. Big trade back for Elk, though, gets a huge crit shot on to the Lucian.
And he wins
Elk
these.
trying to front line here. They're trying to wait for those Annie stuns to come back up, and Knight's gonna eat it first. Immediately, they flash on top of the gold left hand and turn him to rust. All chaos breaking out in the mid lane as the Glacial Prison comes across for Shadow. Cream gonna eat it. Elk is holding on to the crit shot. He flashes for the dancing grenade and hits it home. Double kill to Shadow. 5 kills to BLG before 7 minutes.
That 80 not being up with the difference makers. Now Jackie Love, he's going down.
Knight into the Shroud. They have a current call coming over top. Watch on the flank side as Knight gets popped here by Kanavi, and that kind of ruins the whole play there. Knight getting a bit too skittish with his engages as the nerves really showing in this game 5 for both of our teams.
That was so big from Hong, though.
CS advantages in mid and bottom lane. It is just barely even between these two. Barely 500 gold. Cream's looking in mid.
Oh, they drop the Annie Warhammer onto Elk. Remember, he has no sums from that earlier play, but there's not enough damage between the whole full Annie combo yet, and Elk escapes.
In a few moments' time once he finds a recall.
Oh
Good
boy,
shout.
a reload here from top Esports. They don't have on to cover, flashes away from the first stun. No pop blossom lands either. Bin is going to find this first kill thanks to the turret. So it goes 1 for 1 as Shadow and Knight TP in. The rescue has arrived and they're here to play cleanup crew for top Esports. Flash Glacial Prison matched by Jackie Love. Knight hits the shuriken, won't go back in as Kanavi arrives, but Shadow is very takey. There's the Heartsteel proc you're asking for there, Hulk, is that item gets a ton of value in this extended trade, and BLG's double TP Hail Mary pays off.
TES.
Well,
Plates
they
are already
had
down.
to make this play. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to play for first brick. If they don't, they lose feats. So
Are they losing
Bin's
2
gonna
turrets,
answer
though?
back. Yeah,
They are.
It's the trade for feats. They deny feats with
Okay.
this, but yeah, they at least, 2 turrets for 1.
Hold
Feats
on.
don't go over to BLG. That's the trade.
They've got the grubs. Nobody's TPing to cover top tier 2. This is greedy by top Esports. They want to answer the gold and the feats, but they're allowing for themselves to get set up for a flank. Kanavi's covering first, and Shadow's a little wary of going too far forward, not knowing
good
where
words.
the King Kanavi is.
They did a very nice job there of making sure that they knew where both were at, and I think that's what enabled them to kind of play that one out, as they will get the second dragon for themselves, and top a little bit late to hit this Rift Herald, so a chance for BLG. Idea of a fight here. That said, they're going to give
gold.
Yeah, they're going to give the Rift Herald and take the immediate gold. I think that with Jackie's inventory, I would love if BLG fought into me.
That's feats of strength too, gentlemen.
Yeah. That said, they give away feats. They're going to give away the Rift and just try and trade. They can't pressure the mid-outer. It's going to be a trade for bot with the 3 grubs, so I mean, BLG the Rift, I think that's okay.
So they do get the Rift Herald. I think what not only is the gold really important here for top Esports, or at least that's what they're magnifying towards, it also does give them control preemptively for this Otacon that spawns.
Oh, Hong caught out by On, and there's enough layered CC, a Glacial Prison, Deadly Flourish, all of it, but that's where you have to commit to find these clutch kills.
The top wave doesn't matter. That's just going to die. They're losing out resources. These objectives are more important right now.
They're just
At
too
Soul
tragic.
Point, just going to be ripped and secured.
Okay,
Kanavi
sure.
get a hero steal?
No.
Is he going to even go for it? No, he's too
Oh,
late.
no.
Shadow secures it. Now he gets caught. Kanavi serves himself up with a side of fries, and now Octagon is a guarantee.
What? Look, Cubby, you said that Kanavi had gapped all the junglers from
hold
BLG.
Shadow wants to keep the pressure going. Pop Blossom in the background on to 3. They're trying to burn through 369's health bar, but he's healing through. 9 to the backline. Can he get the kill to Jackie Love? No. Flashes back out. Perfect execution. Does not have enough. No! Kill goes to Jackie Love. BLG go too far for the Deadly Flourish. It snipes Jackie Love. Elk rescues the play right back.
Careful about taking fights like that moving forward, because walking through an Aatrox, walking through an Annie, walking through an Eco, that is still a tough task for them.
Shadow over the wall into both Cream and Hong, and now
Oh, no,
all the
Shadow.
threats show up here. Shadow able to pick up
Hong.
Kanavi. Now he's looking to get turned on, but Hong gets burned down first. Kill goes over to Bin, all with Unbreakable Will in the front line, and this time, can Knight section
down.
off Jackie Love? No, he's just gonna go after Cream, where he knows he's got a guaranteed kill. 2 kills to BLG, and now maybe they finally can conquer the Octagon.
Nothing's working right now here for Top Esports. They thought they caught Shadow. Shadow is able to make it happen alongside the rest of his team. This Nico is incredibly squishy, and that should be the Otacon going over to BLG.
I mean, I think like a lot of these standoffs, the person that's been starved out of this is Cream on the Annie. He is only at 2 items. We see Knight having that in change, and for me, the mid game where BLG, they were dropping on the top side of the map. Bodhi Haste as they return to the scene of the crime, and BLG, they actually reset. So now they get the TPs out, and we'll see how aggressively Top want to play this.
On has to run all the way back. Knight now just gets to the top lane. It's going to have to be Shadow try and force his way in for a steal, but even he's late. Can Shadow do it? Come up with the clutchest steal of his career? No. It's Jackie Love that picks up the Baron, and they get the stun on tonight. Timber's Lair, Pop Blossom. They've cut off the golden left hand from BLG, and now TES look to run rampant, trying to layer these snares, these chains, but they'll take the kill on tonight, and Baron on to 5.
Esports guys, like, what about the guts from them to call that? The fact they're melting a Baron, they pull it twice and call BLG, hitting the base to prep for the Dragon. And so I think the GA is going to be the timer they try and wait and fight on here for Top Esports, as at the moment, standing objectives with the Baron, they're going to try and get what they can. They're outranged pretty bad by BLG's comp. It's part of the siege into a Jhin plus a Jace, so I think that Baron, it's hard to get a lot of standing gold out of it, but they definitely stabilize this game.
Moves forward into the river, scouting out all flank angles, knowing Knight's on the Akali. They spot him up to the top side, but they're getting themselves wrapped around as Shadow is burning down this Infernal Drake, an Infernal Soul to bring them a championship. Unless Kanavi can steal it, it's going to be 50-50. Glacial Prison stun comes across, it is Elk that secures the Infernal Soul. Knight dives in, all the damage compounding on top of TES, and there's nothing they can do but burn down and get packed out to the gray screen. It's a Knight triple kill, an ace for Bilibili in do or die game 5.
There it is. They got the teleports coming on through. It seems like they want to make a play onto the mid wave.
Fight that time around. Top Esports weren't able to find anyone or anything in that. Like, I need a second look to see how they were picked to pieces by BLG in that one, as they were late to the objective, they were late to the fight, and they never even got into the fight because BLG just shredded them.
I want to see how Elk stole this Dragon, man. This has to be like a bouncing grenade. Exactly. What Cubby said is right. We need a second look. Hopefully we get a replay, but a teleport on tonight.
The jobs that these guys have to do. I think that you have to mark a collie for Annie.
Hog, big pop awesome on the back end. Can they get 369 in? They take down Elk. 369 is unleashed. Shadow's eating a full culling. On trying to flash out with the Unbreakable Will, but they get Shadow down next. BLG make one overstep, and TES crack down on them.
Didn't count the minions.
Oh my god,
Knight.
Wait, can he get both of these kills? Knight takes both carries out with one sweep of the Akali.
They're going to end the game. Wait, is he going to try and go for more?
Oh my god, Big TP's back in. He has the second battle. Perfect execution. He's going after Hog. There's the third kill over for Knight. Trying to find more here. Kanavi's GA popped. A Knight in shining armor rescues BLG once again when they need him most. 4 kills. Only Kanavi left to watch his entire team fall to the wayside.
And that's where Jace is able to work a little bit of magic too with the Jhin. You can see these empowered shock blasts into the deadly flourishes. If they get close enough, you can really start
not
to feel
over
the
red buff,
heat.
guys. Okay, Shadow whiff swipe with the Glacial Prison. They get the curtain call out as well. They need to get all these members out, but Hog eats the 4th shot, and Shadow finds the first kill. On goes in with a 2-man heaven pulverized, and it's Knight to fly in the background again. Cream goes into the stasis, but Jackie Love is cut and cut down. Nothing can stop Knight. Nothing can stop BLG all year long. Daunting questions circled BLG like vultures marching them for death. How many jugglers do they need? When did Elk and On lose their edge? Who can help Knight save this team? Yet in the biggest series of the season, Bilibili Gaming silence all that noise with one powerful statement. You're back-to-back world's #1 seed. You're back-to-back season finals grand champions. Bilibili Gaming.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.